Hello, it's nice to see you again on VITV with Into Vietnam News. In the bulletin, we look at the following stories. Credit rose 8.83% as of December the 12th. Auto import tax from ASEAN countries will be cut to 50%. And Vietnam runs $863 million of trade surplus in 2013. The General Statistics Office announced total lending of the banking system as of December the 12th stood at 8.83% and is expected to surpass 2012 level, but lower than the whole year target. The total money supply, or M2, increased by 14.64%, while deposit hit 15.61%. The General Statistics Office also revealed liquidity of commercial banks have been improved, and thanks to that, payment of the system was ensured, while foreign exchange rate remained stable and forex reserve were at high levels. It was reported that business efficiency of credit institutions was lower than previous years. The total profit in the first 11 months of this year increased only 3.2% over the same period last year, mainly due to harsh impacts of economic conditions. The gap between lending and deposit interest rates was narrowed, while capital for provision for risk increased as the quality of property decreased. The General Statistics Office says in the context of economical difficulties in the first 11 months of 2013, the insurance market's growth has slowed down but still reached certain results, helping to maintain and improve businesses' financial capacity and operation. Specifically, total premium revenue of the insurance market in 2013 were estimated at 44.4 trillion dong, up 7.6% compared to 2012. It included sales of non-life insurance premiums, which was 24 trillion dong, up 5%, and life insurance premiums, 20.4 trillion dong, an increase of 11%. Economic difficulties are objective reasons affecting insurers, as insurance demands of individuals and organizations have reduced in both life insurance and non-life insurance. According to the roadmap to the ASEAN trade agreement in 2012-2014 period, since the 1st of January 2014, car import tax from ASEAN countries to Vietnam will be applied at 50% instead of 60% currently. The special purpose vehicles such as ambulances and vehicles transporting prisoners will be applied tax from 0 to 5% dependently, with various kinds of truck tax ranges from 0 to 50%. Meanwhile, bicycle, motorcycles, and electric vehicles will enjoy tax reductions. Imported vehicles under CKD type will be encouraged, with import tariff preferences from 0 to 5% for motorcycles and bikes. Aircraft, including helicopters, will be reduced to 0% tariff from early 2014. The Vietnamese government has promulgated a series of additional preferential policies to encourage businesses to invest in agriculture and rural development. Under newly approved Decree 210, investors shall be exempted from land use fee for carrying out agricultural projects eligible for special preferential treatment. Accordingly, the land use fees shall be reduced to 70%. Investors of large-scale livestock farms will receive around $140 per project, especially those on production of high-yielding dairy cows will get $235 each. The preferential policy aims to have investors build sewage treatment, electricity and water systems, pastures and battery cages. The decree will take effect from February the 10th next year. The preferential policy is also applicable to centralized aquaculture projects at sea. The General Statistics Office said in its website today, Vietnam was estimated to run $100 million of trade surplus in December, resulting in a trade surplus of $863 million for the whole year. In details, Vietnam is expected to export $11.6 billion worth of goods this month, down 3.3% on month, but up 12.2% on year, while the country spent $11.5 billion to import goods and services, up 4.7% on month and 16.8% on year. In 2013, the country is estimated to reap a total of $132.2 billion from exports, increasing 15.4% versus 2012. This year, exports posted the lowest on-year growth in recent 3 years. The domestic economic sector contributed $43.8 billion, increasing 3.5% and accounting for 33.13% of the country's total export values. The foreign direct investment sector contributed $81.2 billion, increasing 26.8% on year and accounting for 61.4% of the country's total export turnovers. European Union countries continue being the country's largest export market this year with $24.4 billion, making a year-on-year increase of 20.4% or $4.1 billion in absolute value. The U.S. ranked the second with $23.7 billion, making a year-on-year increase of 20.3% or $4 billion. ASEAN market came third with $18.5 billion, increasing 6.3% on year or $1.1 billion. In terms of import, in 2013, the country is estimated to spend a total of $131.3 billion to buy goods and services, increasing 15.4%. China continued to top the list of Vietnam's importers in the year with $36.8 billion or 26% of the country's total import values, up 26.7% on year or up $7.8 billion. The ASEAN market came the second with $21.4 billion, up 2.8% on year. Korea came third with $20.8 billion, up 34.1%. For the whole year, Vietnam ran a trade surplus of $863 million, or 0.7% of total export turnovers. The domestic economic sectors incurs a trade deficit of $13.1 billion, while FDI sector runs $14 billion of trade surplus. According to the Boston Consulting Group, the middle and affluent class will double in size in Vietnam between now and 2020. Consumers in the country are also among the most optimistic in the world, most optimistic than even their counterparts in China, India, and Indonesia and other fast-growing emerging markets. By 2020, there will be more than 30 million middle and affluent consumers in Vietnam. The consulting group says companies that invest in the country now have an opportunity to build businesses, brands, and momentum early in the development of this formerly closed economy, but only if they have a solid understanding of the market consumers and how to satisfy them. According to the Management Board of Industrial and Export Processing Zones in Ho Chi Minh City, as of December 20th, 2013, total investment attracted to 15 industrial and export processing zones in the city is $576.77 million, accounting for 115.35% of the year's target, an increase of 40.09% compared to 2012. In particular, foreign direct investment reached a total of $358.55 million, up 72.7% compared to 2012. Some large-scale projects include the Vietnam-Japan Industrial Zone in Hiệp Phước Industrial Park, invested with $31 million, a synthetic resin fiber factory in Tân Phú Trung Industrial Park, $9.8 million, and medicine storage warehouse in Tân Tạo Industrial Park, $15 million. The smaller scale projects invested under $1 million accounts for 55.56% of the total newly licensed projects in 2013. Japan is the top investor, pouring about 47.38% of the total capital, followed by Singapore with 26.27%. Businesses taking part in price stabilization program in Ho Chi Minh City are ready to buy goods for Tết 2014. Necessity have been prepared in large amount to meet the market demands, such as meat, chicken, eggs, fruits, and vegetables. Besides, enterprises also focus on developing the distribution networks to deliver stabilization goods to consumers. More in our business report.
According to the report by the Ho Chi Minh City's Department of Industry and Trade, the main sources of goods for the city are coming from businesses who take part in the market stabilization program, accounting for 30 to 40% of the market share, supplies from the wholesale markets for fruits and vegetables, and seafood, accounting for 60 to 70% of market share. Other companies accounts for 10 to 20% of market share. Until now, businesses participating in market stabilization program have basically completed the plans of goods supply, with the supplying capacity up by 114% compared to targets set by the authority, and up by 70% compared to last year.
Thì cái công việc dự trữ là chúng tôi làm việc với các nhà cung cấp. Thì là đối với các cái mặt hàng mà có thể đưa về tổng kho thì cái việc dự trữ đã xong, còn đối với những cái nhóm hàng mà phải đặt với nhà vườn hoặc là phải trong quá trình nuôi trồng thì chúng tôi cũng đã làm cái việc ứng vốn cho các cái hợp tác xã, các cái farm để có cái giá cả và cái hàng hóa nó ổn định. Nét mới của cái việc kinh doanh Tết năm nay thì Sài Gòn Co-op chúng tôi tiếp tục thực hiện chương trình Tết Việt hàng Việt.
2013 is the first year that Ho Chi Minh City implemented the stabilization program extensively and intensively without using the state budget. Credit institutions also supported businesses by offering bank loans with the interest rates of 6% per year to ensure that businesses have enough capital for production and providing stable sources of commodities for market during and after the Tết 2014.
Và chúng tôi cũng yêu cầu là các ngân hàng phải tiếp tục là hỗ trợ cho các doanh nghiệp còn lại. Có thể là các doanh nghiệp này trước đây ta chưa có nhu cầu, nhưng mà bây giờ người ta có nhu cầu thì khi có nhu cầu thì các ngân hàng phải hỗ trợ kịp thời và đầy đủ theo các cái cam kết của mình đã cam kết với thành phố trong cái chương trình bình ổn này. Cái thứ hai đó là cho vay sản xuất kinh doanh bình thường đối với các doanh nghiệp hoạt động bình thường để phục vụ cho cái sản xuất hàng hóa, cho cái chủ yếu là phục vụ cho cái dịp Tết sắp tới. Và các ngân hàng thương mại cũng đã đăng ký với ngân hàng nhà nước một cái lượng vốn tương đối khá lớn, đó là 45.000 tỷ đồng.
According to the municipal authorities, prices of goods participating in the stabilization program Tết 2014 will not go up during the 2 months of Tết. These businesses have plans to offer discounting prices, promotion programs, diversified distribution channels with various sale programs from 5 to 49%, offer gifts and sweepstakes. Also, during the days right before Tết, there will be large discounts for necessities such as eggs, poultry and meat.
Thành phố cũng đang chỉ đạo vấn đề kiểm soát thị trường. Vì nếu chúng ta là đối với những cái dịp mà có nhu cầu mua sắm tăng cao của người dân mà thiếu sự kiểm soát thị trường đối với hàng gian, hàng giả, hàng kém chất lượng thì đó là một trong những điều kiện sẽ ảnh hưởng đến cái quyền lợi cũng như ảnh hưởng sức khỏe của người dân thành phố. Do đó chúng tôi hết sức là quan tâm, đã chỉ đạo cho Sở Công Thương rồi Chi cục Quản lý thị trường của thành phố phối hợp với lại các quận huyện để có một kế hoạch giám sát nó chặt chẽ.
According to the guidelines from the Ministry of Industry and Trade, the Municipal Department of Industry and Trade will closely cooperate with related departments, People Committee of Districts to master the market to meet the demand of local consumers.
The program will wrap up with local gold prices, forex, and stock markets. Well, that's the news on VITV. Thank you so much for spending your time with us. We'll see you soon and goodbye for now.